What's up guys, I'm here with another video on to episode 103 of Let's Build a City. Today we're building a classic Burger King. So, yeah. Let's build a classic Burger King.
Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make a classic version of Burger King for all of your city building needs. If you enjoyed this tutorial, please do remember to hit that like button, as it really helps me out. And if you really want to help me out, please try and watch as much of the video as you possibly can. But without any further ado, let's get started. Here is the amount of space required to make your Burger King, a 27 by 27 block area as represented by the white concrete grid on the ground, which you are more than welcome to make if you do feel as though it may help you out. Here are all of the materials.
Let's grab them. Smooth quartz. Black, yellow, blue, red, light grey carpet, black glass pane, quartz stairs,
we are going to be using throughout the build. Please do make sure that you have access to all those materials and enough of them as well. And now that we have all of our stuff, we can get started. If you've made the grid, come all the way down to the front left hand corner of it and count right 1, 2, 3, 4, and then inwards 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then on top of this block place 3 smooth quartz, 1, 2, 3. Place a yellow concrete on top and extend right by 18.
18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. You can join that block down.
See if this is 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. There we go.
To the ground with smooth quartz block if you like, but we are going to want to extend the yellow concrete backwards by a further 14.
14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. To which we then want to extend that down to the ground using smooth quartz once again. Extend the yellow concrete across the back of the build and join it all the way to the front to make a corner shape like this, and we can once again join the corner down to the ground using some smooth quartz. Now the next thing that we're going to do is we are going to place a blue concrete on top of the yellow concrete. So this is going to, actually it sort of looks like a petrol station. If we add a little bit of red on here, it's actually almost perfect. So there we go, a little bit of blue concrete, to which we then want to extend this blue concrete outwards on all sides. So literally just go all the way around a bit, and you want to extend it outwards by 2 rows in total. So of course I'm just starting off with the one like this, and then we want to add another row. So we'll go around again. So go around once and then go around again. And this is going to give you the general shape of your I must say KFC. I don't know why. I think it's because I said general. It made me think of the Colonel, which made me think of KFC. Anyway, now that we have placed 2 rows of blue concrete, we then want to place another row of blue concrete that is above and inside of concrete. We then want to place another row of blue concrete that is above and inside of the outward row of blue concrete. So we're essentially what we're doing is we're extending up the middle row, but that's not where we are going to stop. See, once you have extended up the middle row like this, we then want to add another row of blue concrete. So this is above and inside. Essentially, it's a pyramid shape. I'm sure that you guys know exactly what we're doing. So we add another row of blue concrete just above and inside. This one shall be a little bit smaller than the previous two, like this. And finally, we want to add a row of red concrete, and I do say finally because we're adding no more concrete, a row of red concrete once again above and inside the top of this, and this is going to be almost the top of the Burger King nest. There is just one slight little more component to this. What we then want to do is add, it's such a small detail, light grey carpet along the top of the red concrete. Just because it adds just a little bit of detail. Now, I know that I've done that in kind of a messy way, but quite a lot. I'd rather just make a mess and then clean it up at the end. You know, it's just like in real life. Sometimes you might as well just make a mess and then clean it up instead of worrying about it. So this is what we want to have so far. I'm pretty happy with this. It looks a little bit strange, honestly, because of course we're lacking all of the major details. But this is nice. Grab the black concrete and come all the way back over to where we very first started with this row of block of quartz. Inwards diagonally from this, we want to place a row of black concrete like this that is equal in height to the row of to the quartz that we placed, you know, out from it. So leaving a gap of 3 going right of this row of black, 1, 2, 3, we want to have another row of black. And then again, 1, 2, 3, black. 1, 2, 3, black. 1, 2, 3, black. You guys get the idea, right? And we actually want to do this, by the way, throughout the entire build. So, like, you can literally go all the way around the inside of the building from this last black concrete. Now we're on the right side of the build. Leave a gap of 3, black. A gap of 3, black. A gap of 3, black. Across the back, the same thing. I mean, on the back, you can literally just copy from the front there if you want to. And along the left side of the build as well, we want to have the exact same thing. And of course, all of these black concretes want to get extended upwards by 2 so that they hit the yellow concrete area diagonally. And each one of these has its own individual purpose. Many of these are windows, some of these are walls, and one of them is the area in between the black concrete layers. One of them is the drive-through window, so just like this. So, for instance, now that we've added all the walls, and one of them is the area in between the black concrete layers, one of them is the drive-through window, so just like this. So, for instance, now that we've added all the rows of black, front left side of Burger King, this is the entrance. I'm going to place a row of black glass pane on the left and right sides. All the other areas of black on the front of the build are windows, so I'm going to simply bridge a gap of black glass pane between each of the pairs of black concrete, so just like this. So here, 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 and here. I always find it so tricky to place a glass pane here, and it's unfortunate because there are a lot of windows. It's mostly windows, and then, so that's the front. On the right side, there is a drive-through window towards the back here, which also needs, by the way, so upside-down quartz stairs connecting the bottom to the back 2 pairs of black concrete. That's the front. On the right side, there is a drive-through window towards the back here, which also needs, by the way, so upside-down quartz stairs connecting the bottom to the back 2 pairs of black concrete, connecting them together at the bottom, and then black glass on the left and right. And then in between the pillars, just more black glass, pretty much. So very similar to the front, whereas like we've got like one active part of the build, which is the drive-through window and the door, and then we've just got windows through the rest of it. So along the back here, it's just wall. So for the wall, I've decided to simply fill in between the black concrete, smooth quartz. Feel free to choose another colour. I like smooth quartz because it's neutral, very neutral, as opposed to the other colours of concrete that we could use. Not that smooth quartz is concrete, I said other colours of concrete, which would imply that quartz is concrete, which it is not. Or is it? I don't think so. Anyway, along the left side of the build, we want to have windows. I'm going to go for a bit of a different approach here. So along the entire left side of the build, it's just windows. That's all there is to it. Nothing fancy. Oh no. I thought that I had something to place the windows on at the top, but I don't. It's just empty space. So here, it's actually so much easier with mouse and keyboard. I might have to go with this journey. So that is what we want to have so far. I'm pretty happy with all of that. And that's the structure of our Burger King. So when it comes to the roof of Burger King, the ceiling, actually, I suppose the ceiling roof is sort of synonymous, but anyway, for the ceiling, I'm just going to make it red concrete. So this is above all of the black concrete. So if you just want to go all the way around and kind of like just add a row of red concrete on top of all of the windows, just going all the way along the outside of it like this, and then we're just going to fill the top of this in using red concrete, and then we can kind of choose what we want to do for the floor and what we want to do with the ceiling as well, the roof. So this is the ceiling that we are making, but the roof of Burger King, I don't know, honestly, I find it kind of cool to leave it open, kind of like this, right? But then a part of me is like, that's kind of messy, so I don't know whether to add like a row of blue concrete, as I'm doing now, to the inside of the ceiling, just like this, so a row of blue concrete just to the inside of the ceiling, and I think that looks just fine. So I don't want to, because I want there to be a bit of division at the top here, like I don't want it to like come all the way up to where the red concrete is and ruin the effect that I've kind of got going on with the red concrete and the light grey carpet. So I like, you know, setting the roof in a little bit like that. So destroy those, and add all that in, and that should be that. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that, and that looks pretty cool. So something that we're going to have to do later anyway, but I'm going to make a start on now, is I'm going to dig out the centre of Burger King. Underneath all of the windows, I'm going to place black concrete. Only place where that isn't happening is the entrance, but you can if you want, but the only thing is it'll look a little bit odd. It'll look as though there's like a physical barrier between the entrance and... But between Burger King and like the pathway, they'll look like there's like a physical barrier with placing black concrete across it, but well, you'll see what I mean a little bit later on. But anyway, I'm going to destroy all of the floor, and I'm just going to place it underneath the windows just to prep it a little bit for later on. Might even add some of the details in, or we might exhaust all of these materials that we have now and just, because we can always just grab them and re-grab them and stuff like that. I like the inside of Burger King uses a good amount of like blue concrete upstairs, plus all of these materials, and the only place where that isn't happening is the entrance. But you can if you want, but the only thing is it'll look a little bit odd. It'll look as though there's like a physical barrier between the entrance and between Burger King and like the pathway. They look like there's like a physical barrier with placing black concrete across it. But well, you'll see what I mean a little bit later on. But anyway, I'm going to destroy all of the floor, and I'm just going to place it underneath the windows just to prep it a little bit for later on. Might even add some of the details in, or we might exhaust all of these materials that we have now and just, because we can always just grab them and re-grab them and stuff like that. I like the inside of Burger King uses a good amount of like blue concrete upstairs and stuff, so it'll all There we go, it'll all pull together as long as we just keep swapping out materials. Oh, underneath these windows have to have black concrete as well. Perfect, so we'll just leave it as this for now, but we will be coming back to this in a little bit. So we have ourselves some terracotta. Let me just my little plans here. So we have ourselves some terracotta. Left of the entrance here, I want to destroy, it's difficult to explain, but like in front of this quartz block to the right and then kind of like diagonally in between. And I want to replace this with terracotta. So this makes sense when we come to the right side of the entrance here. We dig 2 rows outwards from the window, place terracotta in there, and then dig all the way to the right and join back to the window here and replace this with terracotta just like this. Now, unfortunately, I have destroyed that grass there, but it's not a big deal. And I'm also going to connect the terracotta back to the windows as well. I might even destroy in between the middle of the windows. I might even place a sea lantern in there for light as well. I think that would be alright. The light would be alright. Anyway, so what else do we want to do? We want to add a wall around Burger King. So the wall, if you've made the grid, the wall is basically, if you come to the front left corner, the front right corner, so front right corner for me, you count inwards, 1, 2, boom, this is where the wall starts, and it starts in the equivalent position on the opposite side there. So we want to place terracotta starting from there, going all the way around along the outside of the grid, maintaining, but for those of you that haven't made the grid, maintaining a distance of 3 from the the quartz part of Burger King, and the terracotta wall is 2 rows high, and again maintaining a distance of 3 only because most of my roads, or at least the roads around my fast food restaurants and such, are 3 rows wide because I just like it better than the 4. On my actual roads I use 4s because I sometimes have large vehicles such as the taco truck, but most vehicles, normal vehicles, I just make 3 rows wide, so no need to make them any bigger. What else have we got to do? So I'm going to dig 2 rows out from in front of the grid, okay? So this is going to be a sidewalk, or pavement, whichever you want to say. The pavement is going to also connect to the entrance of the Burger King. So just like this, it's going to be 3 rows wide though, instead of just 2. There's also going to be a 2-row wide part of pavement that just leads across here to the left. For some reason. There's actually not a reason for it, to be honest with you. Now, oh, so, okay, let's grab some new materials, guys, because otherwise we're going to start getting confused. At least I will. We need leaves, smooth stone, grey concrete, yellow carpet, any planet will do. Light grey carpet, concrete, white concrete, quartz, bricks, and sea limes. I haven't used bricks in a long time. So let's start off. This is where the confusion will begin, by the way. If we don't start filling stuff in, then we're going to start making loads and loads of holes, and we'll be like, where's the pavement supposed to go again? So we're going to fill in all of these holes that we've made with smooth stone right here, because that is pretty much my pavement material, sidewalk material of choice, general walk around material of choice. We're going to stick sea lanterns in these gaps here that we made in front of all the windows to see if it looks alright, and then we're going to place oak leaves on top of the grass areas. In addition to that, we're going to place oak leaves here as well. And you know what, I'm going to experiment. I might even turn it to night in a second. I'm going to place a little bit of sea lanterns here just underneath these bushes. Let's see if it makes much of a difference. How do I open the... There it is. So, hang on. Yeah. I think I've got it set to always day, which this might be a problem. Hang on. I mean, it does create a little bit of... Am I crazy? I mean, it does create a nice little bit of light. I sort of like that. So, look at the amount of hassle that you've got to go to. Just, I like noon. Noon's a good time of day. Okay, perfect. So, there we go. I'm quite happy with that. What is the yellow carpet for? You're probably asking. Well, you may not have been asking. So, to the right in this path, we're going to place a row of yellow carpet. It's basically, the yellow carpet is placed pretty much where the black concrete is, that we have for the separation for all of the windows. So that's where the yellow carpet goes, and it signifies car parking spaces. That's all it is. And we're going to have some ferns to the right of the last car parking space like this, which kind of get lost in the grass. But when we dig out all of the remaining, actually not all of the remaining grass, because like along the side of the build, I think I did something different. Yeah, okay, so along the side of the build, you can either do this, right, so you can have some like you can have some hedge that kind of like goes around the side of the build and just leave it at that, or alternatively, I don't think we ever use ferns again, you can have some hedge and then some terracotta, and in light of our new discovery, you may find that you want to add some sea lanterns, because I mean, okay, who hasn't, say, I don't know, midnight, fancied going to McDonald's or Burger King or KFC or wherever you might fancy. Now, I would have to raise my hand, because I certainly have done that. And it would be helpful if we had lights, whilst it... say, I don't know, half 1 in the morning, or something like that, for us to enjoy a midnight snack. Sometimes you just can't sleep. What can you do? So we can place all of the leaves, and in between the leaves and the sea lanterns and such, I'm going to place terracotta. It's a little bit more interesting, and as I said, when you're on your midnight snack hunt, which is just fun by itself, I mean, it just sounds fun. Midnight snack hunt. You're going to be able to see where you're going, that's all perfect. So next thing that we're going to do, of course, is we will dig out all of the grass that remains. So now that we've added the hedge and the lights and we're going to dig out all of the grass, and we're going to stick grey concrete in everywhere, and that will almost go through the outside. Now there are a couple more things that we've got to do. Number one, something that I'm not mentally prepared to do, but I will by the end of the video. The actual sign, we're going to be writing Burger King, although we didn't do that, by the way, for McDonald's. And by the way, classic Burger King is a rip-off of McDonald's. Like, in terms of... I don't know whether... Okay, food-wise, maybe not, but stylistically, with the shape of the building, I don't know who came first. I mean, but the shape of the building, Burger King looks like McDonald's. Like it's a rip-off of McDonald's. Like in terms of, I don't know whether, okay, food-wise, maybe not, but stylistically, with the shape of the building, I don't know who came first. I mean, I guess McDonald's, but the shape of the building, like Burger King looks like a balloon McDonald's. Like it's very similar. So that the classic McDonald's, and all that McDonald's sort of still like even though it's being built now, to still have that kind of like cool shape. I love that nostalgic shape of the kind of like the old classic McDonald's and Burger King by proxy. As I said, they're very, very similar guys. Like literally, just do yourself a little classic Google search and literally Google classic McDonald's, classic Burger King, and they almost look like rip-offs of each other.
I'm playing Frankfurt in the front room, and your dad have to turn on lights and sirens.
A lot. So,
Okay.
so we're just going to continue filling these in. Oh, we've got the car parking spaces too. Well, I can't remember digging out half of that. When did I dig out half of that space? I think it's before I placed all of the leaves on the line. So let's get all of these, place this with grey concrete, just like this. So we're going to have the path. So I'll show you this in a second because because obviously it'll be easier to see what I'm talking about when you can actually see it. So I got rid of the drive-in. So the drive-through, you can see that I actually got rid of the smooth stone that existed for the in and out part of the drive-through, whereas I've not done that with the car parking spaces. That's a choice, it's up to you, I like it. And by the way, you don't even need a drive-through if you don't want to, plus you don't even need car parking spaces if you don't want to. Place this wherever you want. If it's in a city centre, you're not going to want any of this probably, unless you do a join into the road. You're going to have to use your own discretion basically when it comes to this. So anyway.
Vito's tasty plant-based meat.
For every tasteritarian.
Next thing we are going to do, we have to make one of the signs. So there's two types of sign. So
I want to make the road in front of Burger King.
Things included in the sign include white concrete, smooth quartz. There's red concrete, blue concrete, and yellow concrete. So along the left wall here for Burger King, we want to move from the front, move backwards 1, 2 rows, and then we want to place a row of 1, 2, 3, 4 white concretes extending up. Blue concrete in front of the top of this, red concrete on top, 1, 2 rows, and then we want to place a row of 1, 2, 3, 4 white concretes extending up. Blue concrete in front of the top of this, red concrete on top, to the right, blue concrete to the left, yellow concrete on top, and then upside down smooth quartz stairs in each one of the corners. Vaguely looks like the Burger King logo, so to speak. If you wanted to, you could also write BK in there. Maybe we can do that a little bit later, but then it looks a little bit clunky. You'll see what I mean later. We'll give it a go. Anyway, so that is what we want to have so far. Next up, we've got to fill in the inside, because by the way, I'm not sure if you noticed, pretty much done the outside. I mean, the outside is almost 100% done. We only have the sign to literally right at the end. We don't actually have the materials either at the moment to do it. So I'm going to make the floor, because I'm getting a little sick of chisel quartz, I'm going to make the floor quartz. It's not smooth brick. I've literally just used this today. Quartz bricks. I don't know how I haven't used this before, because it's a delightful material, as is the chisel quartz. But there's something about this that I quite like. It's probably because I almost always use chisel quartz, because it just looks like it should. Now that's a weird thing to say, but I mean it just looks great. So there we go. We want to fill the floor of a Burger King in with, why can I not get this? Quartz bricks. I'll learn that eventually. Stupid idea. Anyway, so the next thing that we need is blue concrete. We'll be needing a good old cauldron, a furnace.
Hold on, guys. I'll be right back.
block. Smooth quartz stairs as well. What else will we be needing? We'll leave it at that. Probably light grey concrete. Oh, we can even use detector rails polished and the side stairs for the moment. You can chuck a couple of item frames up there. So, okay, now where the drive-through window is over here, I want you to place, just along the back wall, 2 blue concrete, cauldron, stick a detector rail on top of the cauldron so it looks like a fryer, 2 blue concrete, 2 furnace, above the furnace, but leave stick a detector rail on top of the cauldron so it looks like a fryer, 2 blue concrete, 2 furnace, above the furnace but leaving a gap place polished down the side stairs. You can even place detector rails on top of the furnaces if you like. Light of the furnaces, smooth quartz block, extend forwards, gap of 1, smooth quartz. Connecting to the wall to the right, we want to place upside down smooth quartz stairs, but I'm going to destroy the ground first, place blue concrete in there and then do it so that you get a nice effect. Looking good. Along this back wall here, pretty much I'm just going to place item frames, except for where we have the black concrete, except for where we have that black concrete. Along the counter, I'm going to place a couple of smooth quartz stairs. So they're pretty much just maintaining a gap of 2 all along, away from each other. That sentence didn't sound like it made sense, but I think it might. So, to the left of all of this, we're going to have a little sauce area, very saucy. You can either use blue concrete, or I think I might use 3 light grey concrete. And then on the end of this, smooth quartz stair, gap of 2, smooth quartz stair here on the end. And then parallel to this, leaving a gap of 1, I want to have another set of stairs. Then extending outwards from the black concrete next to the stairs, I want to place a row of blue concrete extending outwards, meeting the outer quartz stair. Then from the other black concrete here, the opposite side of the window, I want the same thing. Join the blue concretes upwards like this, the end of the blue concrete, and then place smooth quartz stairs along the insides of this area, just like this. We actually want the exact same effect over here. So, for this part of the restaurant, I want to have, it's literally like, you see that, but over here. So, in this corner, stair, gap of 1, stair, gap of 2, opposite stair. To the right of it, a row of blue concrete, join up. From this black concrete here, blue concrete, join up. To the right of it, a row of blue concrete, join up. From this black concrete here, blue concrete, join up. Smooth quartz stairs along the insides of the blue concrete areas like this. And then, I mean, that's mostly it. I mean, we've got a couple of bins. So, one by the door here, and one literally outside the door. That is just a light grey concrete. We'll be making it a little bit better by placing item frames on the outside of them. And also black stained glass pane here, and here sort of look like bins. We'll place something on top of them as well. We are rapidly, we can place a couple of item frames where we have the sauce area, so here and here pretty much. This will be like a sauce dispenser sort of area a little bit later on. We can light the restaurant up in a few different ways. Sea lanterns, end rods,
Hello, Sean C. Welcome to live stream.
That doesn't do anything. Lanterns, paintings, and we'll chuck light grey concrete in there as well. So 4 tables. In between all of the quartz stairs, we're going to use end rods and then red carpet as table toppers. End rods provide light. Need I say more? So literally between all. all of the stairs, just end rods, and then the red carpet. That will keep the restaurant very, very light all by itself. Like, it'll just about light up the entire restaurant. I mean, it's still a little bit dark, but with the use of some lanterns and also sea lanterns, it will look nice and bright in here. So I also want to hang lanterns kind of like where the booths are, because the booths are just the right length. Really, so that you can hang like a lantern in the middle of them, like here. Like, I just like how it looks, so I just want them hanging here. It doesn't make sense with the tables, and when I say make sense, I mean it's a row of 4, and I'm saying that you can place a lantern in the middle. You're obviously not placing lanterns in the middle of the actual row of 4, but you are placing them in the middle of the gap, and I think that looks quite nice. I want to have a load of paintings in the windows, because I've noticed that whenever you go to fast food restaurants and stuff, there's always posters upon posters upon posters. So I'm just going to have, just in the middle of... You know, pretty much every window, a 1 by I'm not going to make sure in this occasion that I have different ones everywhere. But you would probably want to do that, and you don't even have to have 1 by 1. By the way, you can have 1 by 1s, you can have 1 by 2s, probably wouldn't have any. Bigger than that, but you know, it's up to you. If you wanted to, you could go for a mix as well. If you want. You can have 1 by 2s. You probably wouldn't have any bigger than that, but you know, it's up to you. If you wanted to, you could go for a you could go. For a mix as well, if you wanted to. I like it. I think that it makes a nice difference. We can place a couple more lanterns, say like here, just in the middle of the kitchen. We can place sea lanterns as well, so we can place them kind of like, where can we place them? Because the only dark place of oh, by the way, red carpet in front of the counter space area here, I think looks pretty good. Some of you might think it's a nice idea to add a little bit of a barrier in the form of glass pane. That's up to you completely. I'm thinking sea lanterns above where we have, so like here, and that might actually do it. So the sea lanterns are plain lanterns. You might think it's a nice idea to add a little bit of a barrier in the form of glass pane. That's up to you completely. I'm thinking sea lanterns above where we have, so like here, and that might actually do it. So the sea lanterns are placed in kind of like a, this might not be the word, in a cross section between the windows here on the front and the windows here on the side and above this counter space. So I think that actually lights the area up enough that I'm quite happy with it. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we are only missing but a few items. So I'm actually going to get rid of all these, and I'll come back with what we need. Hopefully, there's not too many repeats. Okay, I think that I've grabbed everything that we need to finish off the build. So, brewing stand, flower pot. Red, cooked chicken, cooked beef, red dye, yellow dye, triple hub, blue carpet. Loads of blue banners, loads of blue dye. So, step one, brewing stands. We're going to place them along the back here, along the kitchen area. We're also going to place flower pots, drinks machines, drinks. I think that you guys get the drill by now if you've made any of these restaurants. It's almost always the entire thing, but I mean, what else are you supposed to use for a drinks machine? I mean, it's a brewing stand, that's the entire point of the thing. So we're going to place a couple of blue carpets just along the outer counter space, maybe a couple of flower pots as well. In the side, what else are you supposed to use for a drinks machine? I mean, it's a brewing stand, that's the entire point of the thing. So we're going to place a couple of blue carpets just along the outer counter space, maybe a couple of flower pots as well. In these sides, I'm just going to place like bread, cooked chicken, beef makes sense, maybe even some potatoes too, but you know, just filling in the item frames. We can even place like flower pots on the side here. I'm going to have AAA hook here next to these two item frames. I'm going to have red dye. That looks like red sauce, ketchup. That also yellow dye, so it looks like mustard, but equally so. You could put like brown dye in there, and that kind of looks like barbecue sauce. Flower pots along the top of these light grey concretes here. So this is just like a sauce dispensing area, a condiments area, I think that one would call it. So we're also going to place blue carpet on top of the light grey concretes that we are using as bins. And ladies and gentlemen, I mean that's pretty much the entire inside. I mean, I'm very, very happy with it. It's nice, it's crowded, it's kind of like, it's just kind of like full feeling. I really like it, and hopefully that's the sort of feeling you get when you leave this place. Anyway, so the full feeling. Anyway, so when it comes to the door, can you remember earlier when it was like, oh, I don't know whether you want the black concrete here or whether you want it to be a different colour? I'm going to leave the black concrete in because it looks fine, but you might want something else. Light grey concrete may be a better fit. Let's have a look. We could. I mean, light grey concrete's a bit softer. It might be a better fit because, I don't know. I mean, I just like that a little bit better. Something that I didn't consider is you can have handles on the doors, by the way. There's might be a better fit because, I don't know. I mean, I just like that a little bit better. Something that I didn't consider is you can have handles on the doors, by the way. There's a load of different ways to make handles. I don't think... Yeah, there it is. I mean, door handles come in all sorts of shapes. I mean, you can use, say, like iron bars as door handles. You can use pen rods as door handles, eggplant fence as door handles, glass even, but although I think it would look weird. But door handles, you're going to want to have in some sort of form. And honestly, the only thing that we've got left is to make the sign. And you guys know how I feel about signs. I love them. Okay, so we're going to need blue. Just going to throw the loom down and get it out of the inventory because it just takes a lot of space. So crack open the loom and we're going to write Burger King, literally just in order, B-U-R-G-E-R. So we're going to need the blue the blue dye will come later, we'll just put that there, but we're going to need red dye in the loom with a brand new fresh banner, just like this, and first letter B. Vertical row of red on the left side, on the right side, horizontal row of red on the top, bottom, middle. One could argue that that is an 8, I call it a B. So we have B, next letter is U, so horizontal row of red across the bottom, vertical row of red on the right, vertical row of red on the left, and that is U. Then we have R, so for R, we want to have vertical row of red on the left, thank you, horizontal across the top, diagonal row, top left corner to bottom right corner. G, now G is a tricky one, so we have to have a vertical row of red on the right side, grab that, throw that back in, throw the red dye in, throw the blue in, make the top half of the banner just blue, grab that banner, throw it back in, grab the blue, throw it out, throw the red in, place horizontal row pattern along the bottom, vertical row on the left side, horizontal row across the top, boom, G. Next we have E, so E is very, very simple, so vertical row of red on the left side, and then a horizontal row of red across the top, bottom, middle, boom, there's your E. Next letter would be R, but we already have one, so that's perfect. So next we have to make K. So K is quite easy, vertical row on the left side, and then both of the diagonal rows, so it doesn't matter which one you do first, but you've got to do the opposite of each, you've got to do both of them. So next, after K is I, which is just a vertical row of red, just straight up the middle. Next is N, so N is very easy, so vertical row of red on the right, vertical row of red on the left, and then diagonal, top left corner to bottom right corner, not to be confused with the other one, as I have done that by accident before. So grab that, put that in, and then would be G. However, because we are in creative, we can thankfully reuse banners. So we have, what would this be? Burger King? Burger King? Okay. So if you remake the banners that you have to remake if you're in survival. So the next thing, the banner, right side of the door, the black concrete area, right, follow it up onto the blue. The sign is going to be placed, I'm pretty sure, let me just make sure of this. Yeah, the sign is placed on the outer row of blue concrete, left here, B, U, R, G, E.
Let's place the sign. Burger. It's not a Burger King without that. Burger King.
R, space K-I-N-G. Now that it just okay, outer row of blue concrete, left here, B.
Oh, silly me. Placed it wrong. Let's destroy all of these banners. Placed it wrong. B U R G E R Burger King.
Sign is going to be placed, I'm pretty sure. Let me just make sure. Yeah, the sign is placed on the outer row of blue concrete, left here, B U R G E R space K I N G. Now that it just brings the build together because there's no massive logo on most Burger Kings, or at least the classic ones, that kind of like bring it all together. So writing it really does. It's the what's the word? It's the piece de resistance. I like it a lot. And ladies and gentlemen, we finished. So this is what your Burger King will look like once it has been 100% fully completed.
We have completed a Burger King, a classic Burger King. I hope you guys enjoyed this video of me building a classic Burger King. If you did guys enjoyed this video, smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you don't miss a video from me, and I'll see you guys soon. Have a lovely day guys, peace out.